Today's podcast is brought to you by Faith versus Fear, Breaking Family Ties, now available on Barnes& and Noble and Amazon.com. You are now listening to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. You are now listening to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. Please begin to take that good deep breath as we begin to refresh, recharge, and reset. Let's go. Welcome to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. As always, it is my honor and my pleasure to be able to come share some tips and some tools with you that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. Let me share something really quick before we even get started, you guys. That when I began to do my podcast, I get so excited. I get so overwhelmed with peace and joy and gratefulness because the opportunity to connect with you, the listeners, and share, it just brings my heart joy. And that's once again something that you know is your passion, is your purpose, is connected. When you're doing something and it brings you joy, I mean, it's not something that you're trying to avoid. It's not something that you're trying to run from and you feel as if it's just all work and no joy in it, then that's not your passion or your purpose. But when you think about it, when it's on your mind and your heart, and when you think about it, you find joy, you find happiness, all these wonderful feelings that come, and then you know that's your purpose and that's your passion. And this is definitely that for me because when I think about the opportunity to come and share something with you, I get very excited. I get very happy about it. I don't feel like I'm, completing a chore or doing something that I have to do, but it's something that I want to do. And that's what's so cool about this opportunity. And so I just wanted to share that with you because once again, we have talked often about connecting with your purpose and understanding that your passion is connected to your purpose, and it's not always what you think it would be. It's not always what you think it would be. It's amazing how your purpose is developed over time. It's amazing. Some might run into it really early in life, but even if you're doing something and you think, oh, this is definitely what I'm supposed to do, right? Out of that, that you thought was what it was the final thing, out of that can still come your purpose. For example, you could be um, a motivational speaker or artist, a singer, or whatever, and you think, well, I've made really good money. I've established a good lifestyle for myself. And you think, well, this is it, or you've worked a job for, 20 years and you're getting ready to retire. And you think, well, this is it. This definitely had to be my purpose. This definitely had to be my passion. But then you realize that, a book was developed from your experience with that thing, or a platform has been developed for you to share your experience with that thing, or, an idea came from your experience. And that kind of, makes me think about, one of the guests that I had, and the fact that he shared with us his experience with the military and being a firefighter. He created this product, right? So it's just not the Marines, it's just not, the firefighter that was in him, but he had more. He had more purpose. He had more vision to share with the world, and that's how it is. So I want to talk to you today, kind of building up from that. I want to talk to you today about not giving up. Not giving up. I feel like today it needs to be said. And then remember, as I encourage you, I am encouraging myself. It's not that I have already obtained this thing, as the biblical writer has stated. It's not that I have obtained it, right? It's not that I have grabbed hold of it, but I am persevering towards this as well. To not give up, to not give up. Okay. I want to share with you that message on today. And if the preacher side of me comes out, please forgive me, and then again, don't forgive me, because that's just who I am. That's embedded into my DNA. But I want to encourage somebody today. I want to encourage you. I want to let you know that I understand that life can throw so many different variables at you at one time. At one time. And depending on the type of personality or your character, how you handle it is different, right? We all handle life's moments, life challenges different. We all do. And that is based upon our environment, our culture, our upbringing, our experience. It just, some people are more advanced than others in how they handle things. And some are, I call, proactive, and some are reactive. Well, just to be transparent, I'm a very proactive person, and that could be a blessing and a curse, okay? It could be a blessing and a curse. But we all have had moments in our life, but how we handle them and how we look at them and our perspective of these things, our views of these things, determine how we face it, determine how we handle it. I'm always talking about, when things come, handle it. Don't let it handle you. Now let me say this. This is an intentional moment for you and for me. These moments are intentional for you. What I mean is that you have to make up in your mind and be intentional about how you handle the moments that come into your life, the challenging moments, the moments that take your breath away. I know that for me, one of the things I definitely do is ask for a moment. Okay, the first thing I do is I'll ask, for a moment. Give me a moment. When something comes that literally like takes my breath away, first thing I say is like, give me a moment, because I need to think before I react, right? Once again, I told you that's my personality. I'm a proactive person, but there's not everything in the world that I can be proactive about. Some things just come really quickly. You didn't expect it. You didn't know, and so you're caught in that moment. So I'm the person that before I say anything, before I respond to anything, and if I feel myself responding in a non-productive way, in a negative way, I might say, then I definitely would say, just give me a moment, just give me a moment, right? It's because I'm trying to take it in, right? And make sure that I'm going to handle it in a healthy way. Not just for those that's outside of this situation, not just for those that are in my face or in my presence or whatever, but for me. I'm thinking about me as well, because I want to make sure that I am maintaining my integrity. I am maintaining my mental health, my physical health, and being true to myself. Certain things will come that literally will, I always say, snatch your breath away. If you have never experienced that before, let me tell you what the old people used to say to me coming up. Just keep living. I've heard that my entire life. Just keep living. That let me know that what you haven't experienced and what you don't know, keep living. It's gonna come at one point in your life. And you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you just did not expect it, and you just are stuck in that moment trying to gather yourself. Trying to gather yourself. And so my point today is, in those moments, you have a decision to make. And these are multiple moments sometimes, not just one moment. I'm saying moment, but just understand I mean moments. Moments. So many things happen so many times, and some things are like they're repetitive, right? It's like it's the Same song, different dance, right? Same song, different dance. But it's just over and over again. That can come to wear you out. That could come to tear you down, to drain you, right? To snap out all of your joy, snap out all of your peace, snap out, the happiness that you're trying to hold on to, right? And you're just trying to survive, right? You're just trying to make it. You're just trying to, make another day. Be okay. Be okay. At one point, that's what I used to say. Listen, I'm just trying to be okay. I'm just trying to be okay. Can I get a break today? Can I get a break today? I'm just trying to be okay. Okay. So I understand what that feels like. And in those moments, you can feel like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This is it. This is it. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. It's one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing after another thing. You remember I came up with this. If it doesn't, if it's rain, but if it doesn't rain, it's pouring. It's one thing is after another. I was raised with those sayings. That drives me crazy now, right? I do not like saying those things. But some people can identify with that. Where you feel like one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing. Okay. Now, I'm telling you this from a place of experience because I've seen that. And I've seen what happens when you hold on and you trust God and you keep going. Okay? This is the turn. This is the twist that I'm talking about. I've already expounded on the trauma and the drama of life. I've already explored with you how we all have faced moments that take your breath away and that strain you. Sometimes you feel like you're being pulled from two sides, right? Two sides. It's so bad sometimes that you cannot even keep a thought. The clarity is not there. I'm talking about people who've been through things now. If you haven't been through this, then find another podcast to listen to for today. But if you have found yourself in this situation and you can identify what I'm saying, keep listening because I'm getting ready to help you. I'm getting ready to bless you today. If you have felt like you have been pulled from one side and the other side at the same time, I'm not talking about like going from like when you was a kid, you're going, back and forth, like a little game, right? No. I'm talking about when you feel like you're being pulled in both directions at the same time. You feel like, your breath is being taken away. You feel like you're being smothered because you're getting this and then this and then this and then this repeats itself. You thought you were done with this, but here come this again. And then you're caught in this position of what do I do? Where do I go? How do I handle this? When will this be over? Right? When will this be over? And I'm coming to you to encourage you today to number one, say, don't give up. Why? Because it sounds good? No. That's not why I'm saying don't give up. I'm telling you not to give up because, number one, it will not always be like this. It will not. It will not always be like this. How do you know? You don't know my situation. Listen, I know because even in the scriptures, it tells us that weeping may endure for night, but joy comes in the morning. It tells us that weapons are formed against us, but it will not prosper. I emphasize that a lot because it took me a minute to hear that part that says, the weapons will be formed. It says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So that lets me know they're going to be formed. There will be a threat, but it will not prosper. Does that mean that I won't come under attack? Does that mean that my body won't come under attack? Does that mean that my emotional state won't come under? No, it means that it will be formed. It can happen, but will it prosper? Will it overtake me? Will my situation overtake me? Will my circumstances overtake me? Will my affliction overtake me? And the answer is no. It will not. It will not. It will not. See, you have to remember, and that's why I like a lot of the writings of the psalmist, because there's a lot of reflection. If you read Psalms in the Bible, there's a lot of reflection there. He always reflects back to a time. And and sometimes we need to do that. We need to reflect back on moments where we thought we couldn't make it and we did. We need to reflect back on moments where there was happiness and there was joy and there was peace, or that there was a promise made to us. Reflect back on those moments when you thought that you would not survive, but you survived. When you thought that you would not be fed, but you were fed. When you thought that you would not have clothes, but you was clothed. When you thought that nobody cared, and then somebody came and showed you love. A stranger gave you a word. A stranger gave you something that you needed for that moment and that particular time. And you know that if they had not come at that particular moment and that particular time, that you would have just given up. Somebody needs to do a reflection, a moment when they thought that they was done, that they were finished, but God's grace stepped in. God's mercy came and rescued them when they thought that they was going to lose their mind. But then the protection of God protect their mind and calm their mind and gave them peace and gave them what they needed for that moment. Somebody needs to do a reflection when they thought that they would never have a home again, that they would be homeless and be on the street and not have a roof over their heads ever again. Somebody needs to have a reflection that if it was given or shown to you before, that it can happen again. Somebody needs to be encouraged today to not give up. You need to reflect. You need to reflect back on that time. That time when you felt that, okay, look, this is it. That time when you felt like, I will never get this promotion. I will never complete my education. I will never get a raise. I will never get a car. I'm going to be on public transportation for the rest of my life. I would never get my finances in order. Somebody need to go back to that time when they said, I would never find somebody to love me. Somebody to care for me, somebody to look out for me, somebody that I could come home to. Come on, somebody go back to that time and reflect on where you are now. And even if you don't have someone, you have sustained, you have been kept, you have been blessed, your needs have been met, and you haven't missed a beat. Come on, somebody need to be looking back and reflecting on the goodness and the mercy of God. Somebody needs to think on his goodness. Think on his love. Think on his protection. Think about it. When you're in the midst of your storm, when you're in the midst of your trial, when you're in the midst of your hell, I want you to reflect back on the goodness of God. It changes things when we remember who we are. We remember whose we are, then it changes the scenario. It changes the outcome. Hear me again. When you remember who you are and whose you are, it changes the outcome of the scenario. It changes it. When you remember that you've been here before, it might be a different dance, same song, but I've been here before. And although I'm frustrated that I got to go through it again, although I'm tired that I got to go through this again, although I don't want to be bothered with this again, I know that I can come out of this. Somebody need to declare over their life, I will not give up. Somebody need to open up their mouth and speak it into the atmosphere. I will not give up. Somebody need to proclaim that. I will not give up. Oh, yes, it's hurting me. Yes, it's bothering me. Yes, it's trying to stress me out. Yes, it's trying to pull me apart. Yes, it's trying to tear me down. Yes, it's trying to get a hold of my mind. But make up in your mind today, I will not give up. I refuse to give up. Oh, let that fireball begin to to rumble up in you. Let that fire starter in you begin to ignite in your own life. Sometimes we look for other folks around us to ignite the fire, to get us pumped up, to motivate us and all this. But sometimes you need to be like the psalmist and encourage yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord and say, look, not today. Not today. I got the strength that I need to make it today. I have the peace that I need to make it today. I have the grace that I need to make it today. And I will not give up. I know that the plan is that I fall apart. I know that the plan is that I be laughed and mocked at. I know the plan is that I am to fall straight and hit my face and be walked upon. I know the plan is that I cry in a corner and refuse to get out. I know that the plan is that I be in a pit with no way out. I know the plan is that I be in my bed and not ever want to come out. I know the plan is that I be broken and hurt and confused and stranded. But I refuse to give up. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I refuse to give up. I refuse to say that out loud to yourself. Tell yourself, I refuse to give up. Somebody need to hear that today. I believe that in my heart, that somebody needs to hear that today. I refuse to give up. I've been working hard. I've been trying to make things work. I've been doing everything I can do, and things are still going wrong. But somebody needs to say, I refuse to give up. Something greater is coming. Oh, I don't believe for not one minute that I've been through all of this for nothing. I don't believe for 1 minute that this journey that has been trying and struggling for me is for nothing. But I know that it's a process. I know that I have to learn to be tougher. My skin has to be toughened up. I know that I have to learn to have endurance and learn to persevere and learn to take a lick and keep on moving. Learn that it is not here to destroy me, but it's here to develop me. Remember that all things has to go through the Father. Nothing can happen without going through the Father. And me understanding that he said that all things is for his honor, his glory, but for my good. Come on, somebody. For my good. For my good. Does it hurt? Yes. Yes. Does it make you feel lonely sometimes? Yes. Does it make you feel like you would just bust out and scream and cry and want to run? Yes. Is it frightening sometimes? Yes. Is it heartbreaking sometimes? Yes. Is the moment overwhelming sometimes? Yes. But do I believe it still can and will work out for my good? Yes. The same way I can tell you that I've been through the fire and I've been through the struggle and the storm. It's the same way I can still fix my lips to tell you that it is still can and will work out for my good. Come on, somebody. Am I delusional? No. Come on, somebody. Am I disconnected with reality? No. Absolutely not. Well, how can you say that with confidence? Because I've been there. I reflect back on moments that was just like this. And I thought that it was the end. And I thought that I couldn't make it. And I thought that I couldn't take it. And I wondered, where was God? And will he answer me? And will he respond to my request? And guess what? He did. He did. Because if he did it before, he can do it again. Just like the song said. If he did it before, he can do it again. Because it's the same God. So if he brought me out before, he can bring me out again. Come on, somebody. If he blessed me before, he can bless me again. If he showed me grace before, he can show me grace again. If he has shown love to me and compassion to me from a situation and a circumstance, he can do it again. This is nothing new to him. This is nothing that is something that he has never seen. He's seen my case before. He know how to handle it. But the thing is, how do I position myself? What position am I holding while I wait? What position am I holding while I am waiting for the turnaround, the change, or the shift? Am I going to be over in the corner doubting? No, I can't afford that. It takes too much energy to doubt and question it 24/7 and have a pity party. It takes too much. It takes too much. But to trust him, to be obedient and listen, listen. Sometimes we wonder, what should I do next? I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? And we think it's complicated. But sometimes if you just sit back and just wait and just listen, you will have urgency, is what I call it, to do something. You don't know how many times I just wasn't sure, that I sat back and I just waited and something just wouldn't let me go. I had like an urgency to do this or do that, or make that phone call or send that email, or contact someone, or do this or do that. And it's because that was the direction that I should go. And at the time, I didn't know it. It took me years to learn that, to understand that. Don't give up. Don't give up. You have so much in you. You have so much fight, but it's just not about fighting, but you do have so much fight in you for life. Fight for what social justice, and fight for righteousness, and fight for what is good, and for what is true, and for what is right and honorable. You still have so much fight in you. Fight the good fight of faith. Fight. Don't let go. Don't give up. Don't go hide. Don't go run away, but fight. Don't give up. Trust the process. It's not easy, and I say that often because it's not. And I don't want you to think that I'm ever making it sound as if it is easy, because that's why I say be intentional, because it takes work. It takes work to keep getting punched in the gut, but still find the strength to rise up and stand up tall. So people keep themselves busy to distract themselves from all the things that happen in their lives. I don't think that's thriving. I just think that's keeping your mind busy, so that you don't have to face or deal with what it is that you need to deal with and face. Here on this podcast, I am adamant about getting to the roots of issues and problems and concerns to get the real healing that you need. It's an ugly process, people. Can I say that? Can I be honest and truthful? It's an ugly process. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's hard. And it can be very ugly. But it is necessary. And it is productive. And it is helpful. And when you're going in what I can hear, uncharted waters, it's always a concern. When you go in uncharted waters, it's always a concern. And I get that. But there is a faith and a trust process that happens in that uncharted waters. And let me assure you that you are never alone. Stay prayerful. And stay true to yourself. Do what would be in the best interest of yourself when you are in uncharted waters, was what I call it. Listen, it has been my honor and my pleasure, as always, to share some tips and some tools with you that I know would assist you in becoming a better you. You guys are absolutely outstanding. And I just really, really want to encourage you on today. There's so much going on in this world right now. I mean, I feel like every time I'm saying that, coming on here, I'm having to say that, because there is always something different happening that is something that we personally I have personally, let me say, have never seen before. You know, we have lived now through a pandemic, which is something that I've never experienced before in my lifetime, and now we're seeing a war, you know, that is actually happening right now, that can trigger something bigger, right? And so we are definitely in uncharted waters. And so that's why I want to bring that up today, okay? But I want to encourage you as you listen and watch everything that's going on outside of your life, that even inside, you know, you have to remember to stay prayerful and don't give up. It's not over. I'm telling you, it's not over. You have so much more to give, especially during this season of time. God bless you guys. Love you much. But most importantly, God loves you more. God bless. Bye-bye.